What's up, guys? It's Caden Cleveland here with the Oklahoma Senate, and you are joining us for the second episode of our newest and our latest series that we're introducing called Budget Breakdown. It's with our Senate Appropriations Chair, Senator Roger Thompson. Senator, thank you so much for having us again this week.
Man, I'm excited to be back. This is a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
It's a good deal.
Guys, get ready to learn a lot. We are going to be focusing on ad valorem taxes this week, and Senator Thompson is going to walk us through exactly what that means, what the Ad Valorem Reimbursement Fund is, and explain what impact that has on so many different levels of our state budget. So I guess with that, Senator, why don't you kind of take it away and kind of explain to us what ad valorem is exactly, and then get into the weeds of how the tax breakdown kind of works. Is that all right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Good to be back with you.
Yep.
And if you remember last week when we were together, we had like the $612 million number, and then we had some minuses that came off of that, of debits that the state must pay.
That's right. Those were the off-the-top expenses, right? Okay, gotcha.
And one of those was the $142 million on ad valorem. So I want to talk about ad valorem today. Ad valorem is your property tax. And constitutionally, the state does not have an ad valorem tax.
Okay.
The state of Oklahoma cannot charge an ad valorem tax.
Okay.
And several times constituents may call us, and they do, you've raised my ad valorem. The state has never raised your ad valorem tax because there is not a state ad valorem tax.
Right, constitutionally you can't. Right.
That's exactly right. But it's a county tax.
Okay.
And so it keeps the county government operating, county roads, and your schools, and it keeps them going. So if we have a business comes to town, and just like if we have somebody in the wind industry that says, we want to locate a business in a particular county,
right,
and we want them to be here. We are competing with Texas and Kansas and other places, and so it becomes an incentive that says the state then will pay that company's ad valorem for 5 years.
Wow, okay.
And then to the county, so that the government can operate, the schools can operate, and then after 5 years, the company will take it over.
Gotcha, okay.
And so for like electric wind, it has a 5-year on it. We said 2 years ago that we're ending all of those, but we still have to pay our obligations.
Right,
so this will be our biggest number in years to come. We'll hit a peak this year of what we're paying on credits for ad valorem reimbursement. So $46 million goes back to the county.
So just so I'm kind of understanding exactly. Right. So the ad valorem is all of our county property taxes. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Gotcha. And what we have here is kind of a further breakdown of what the ad valorem reimbursement is for the state, correct? To kind of provide incentives for different industries and stuff like that?
That's right.
Gotcha.
We want the industries to come into the state, but the county cannot afford to lose the money.
Right, okay.
And so the state says, we believe this is a good deal for jobs and for Oklahoma.
Right.
So therefore, we're going to reimburse the ad valorem tax that that business would normally pay.
Right.
And so electric wind, $46 million. Traditional manufacturing, $17,900,478. And traditional manufacturing could be anything from like a welding plant that they're doing things. It could be food services, some of those type of things.
Okay.
Large manufacturing go back in like the wind turbines, or it could get into like tanker cars that we have up in the Tulsa area. Just a number of places that they're doing.
Gotcha.
And so again, the ad valorem reimbursement is $43,257,745.
Okay.
Distribution is like a distribution center. So if you have a retail company that comes in and says, we're going to employ a lot of people, we want to build right here.
Gotcha.
And the state of Oklahoma says, we want you here.
Right.
And so therefore, we're going to pay your ad valorem for X amount of years. Right. And you can bring the jobs. So we spent $601,000 this year. And then computer services, the same thing. I mean, we're turning into a tech state. Definitely. We're trying our best to diversify our economy. Right. We hear about that a lot, computer services. And so this year we owe about $34,314,632.
Wow, okay.
And so our total obligation is $142,350,418.
Right.
Seems like a lot of money, and it is.
Right.
There's no doubt. But keep in mind all the jobs that we have, the competitive jobs bringing in, helps the counties to be able to come.
So it seems to me like this is almost like a big investment that the state is making, because you want to incentivize companies and job creation. You want to incentivize more businesses to grow in our state. Is that correct? Because that's the long-term, I guess, bit more beneficial plan. Is the kind of a long-term incentive.
That's right.
Gotcha.
And we're competing with other states, as I said a few moments ago, so we want to be out there.
Gotcha.
Now, it's important, Caden, to realize that 70% of this number, the $142 million, goes to common education.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned this last week. Right.
So this year, $99.6 million of the ad valorem property taxes that the state is reimbursing will go right to common education.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So this is this is a pretty good chunk of the Common Ed
It's
budget.
about 26%.
26%?
Yes,
Okay.
of a portion of their budget that,
Wow.
that they get in. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. Mhm.
Well, that's pretty awesome. It's I mean that was a pretty good explanation. I don't even have any more questions for that, honestly. But
Well, very cool. Very cool. It is. It's really neat.
Yes.
And right now you've got your local assessors,
Right.
who will go out and assess the property,
Mhm.
and they are the one who sets the ad valorem rate for all of the property owners.
Right.
And I might say this, and for those that are watching, that if you think your property has been assessed too high,
Right.
it's not a state issue. That's a county issue.
Very
Go back to your
interesting.
county assessor, and then you can always take it and appeal it to the excise board if you think your property taxes are too high.
Gotcha. So just a quick recap, just so getting the big picture here. Ad valorem is our property taxes. And what that is a further breakdown of the reimbursements are incentives that we provide to different different industries.
Right.
The reimbursement goes to counties,
Right.
and 70% of that reimbursement goes directly to common education,
You got it.
nowhere else.
You got it.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Very good.
that's pretty straightforward. Very interesting. I definitely learned a lot. I didn't realize that about ad valorem, so that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for explaining
Absolutely.
that. Guys, I hope you've been able to learn a little bit more just about ad valorem. I know I have just in these 5 minutes. So if you do have any questions, any topics or anything you want us to look at, you want Senator Thompson to explain, please comment on just below this video, and we're going to be looking at different questions, different topics just about the state budget, the state budget process. Senator Thompson's going to give us week-to-week updates on how the budgeting process is going. So
Right.
I guess that's about it. Senator, do you have anything else to add before we sign off?
Thank you for being here.
Yes,
Look
sir.
forward to seeing you next week.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much. And again, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to comment below, and I guess we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.